I would highly recommend. I am just in the beginnings of this book, Black History for Beginners, by Denise Dennis. I hope I pronounced that right. Illustrated by Susan Wilmar. It is a comic book style version of history, of Black history for beginners. Ah! I got it for free at my local activist library, which is pretty epic. I'm so happy that I was able to discover that library through a volunteer network I'm part of. So, here's the thing. I'm reading this, right? I'm not even halfway through. There's so much, okay? If there's anything controversial in here that's like, oh, how dare, well, actually, anyways, I'm just reading this and I'm seeing the comparisons of our modern day and age today compared to back then. First of all, does it never infuriate y'all how much we are really all relying on word of mouth, assumptions, he said, she said, they said, in order to navigate life and live our lives? Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. How in God's green earth have we all been operating with such a lack of evidence and documentation on our history? The fact that we've been taught in school to believe a certain idea of history and that has been able to go on for so long. The fact that teachers have been teaching these things, it makes me sit back and go, did these teachers ever think to themselves, is this really it? Should I be teaching this? Isn't there more to the story? Did they ever think that? I don't know, I ain't a teacher. It blows my mind how people will just go along with things to make money. And I know that there's people who don't know. I'm not saying teachers are evil. Don't you dare put words in my damn mouth. I'm saying, how the hell are so many teachers, and to this day, there are still, I'm sure, many. Trump's trying to bring back some horrible trash into the educational system. Y'all didn't ask questions? Y'all paid for your education and said, all right, this is it, let's go. Let's teach the children. I'm wanting to know, because that don't make no damn sense to me. But if you don't know something, I guess you don't know, right? But still, there's curious people who are like, no, I must ponder and I must look further. I had a teacher who taught us about residential schools in grade 8, I think. He was a math teacher. And hearing other people say, now that I'm an adult, say that they weren't taught about residential schools until like recent years, I'm like, what? I thought that was a part of the curriculum. I guess he went out of his way to teach us. So I'm like, how the heck? What the heck? Y'all didn't ask questions. I would love to know. But if you take it as me jabbing you in the heart, keep it pushing, because that's not what I'm doing. Anyways, there's such a lack of documentation that I'm so happy is coming out now. There's documents about Timbuktu translations that you can find on Google. And there's also Black History for Beginners. There's also a website, I forget what it's called. It's the Jamaican Library Archives that tell you about a Jamaican woman who led a slave revolution in Jamaica. There was a man and there was a woman. And ultimately, according to the archives, the man that was leading the slave trades was given I guess you could say an ultimatum or whatever from the colonizers, the white colonizers on the land. And basically, when they were planning a revolt, the man that was leading, the black man that was leading the revolt was like, all right, I'm just going to give in to what This white guy told me to do. It sounds like a good, I forget what is it called, bribe. Good bribe. I'll give it up. And then all shit went to hell. Now, if we're going to make this a black man, black woman thing, we can go there, but I'm not about to do that because we don't need to do that. I'm sure there are women who have given up the ghost for a bribe, but we don't need to go into that. I'm just telling you what freaking happened. Anyways. And so, my focus of this video is to say that I noticed the comparisons reading this book and looking back on my history. And I'm seeing the depiction of the what was going on back then with the house slaves and the field slaves and the hierarchy that came from that, right? And then we compare that to, and the distrust that was there, because the house slaves were like, oh, I'm living good. I mean, I'm being assaulted left, right, and center, right? To have them babies and such. But at least I'm in the house and y'all outside, right? And now compare that to today. We have capitalistic coons making sure they make that white man proud by putting themselves on stage and tap dancing with no brain on, right? And then we say, let's put these celebrities on a pedestal and they don't have to take responsibility for their actions. They got shit ton of wealth. Isn't it funny how we always, for some reason, keep saying the more power you have, the less responsibility you need to, hold and think about. I thought it was the opposite. But anywho, and then we get upset with them when they act a damn fool. Gee, I wonder why. It's like we encourage the behavior or something. I don't know. Crazy. Anyways, but people need to take responsibility for their actions, period. But I mean, I'm just saying, you're funding their lifestyle. What are they gonna do? They believe that their stupid ass behavior is freaking totally a-okay. It's respectable even. And then we say, diva. That's my man. I can't wait to meet him. Oh, one day I'm gonna go have sex with that person and we're gonna have a baby. The way we fantasize about being romantic with these damn celebrities could give a fuck about is Jesus Christ on earth. Anyways, so ooh, I can't wait to be like that guy. I want to be rich. I want to be gangster like that. Get the hell out of my damn face. Anyways, but I've been there. I understand. I ain't there no more. Hell no. These people give a bop about me. I could give a bop about them. So we compare it to the coons of today, the capitalistic coons, and those of us who are not the capitalistic coons, those of us who are actively fighting against the coonery and trying to get people to wake up, and also finding community of like-minded individuals who do not want to be part of the coonery bullshit, right? So the slavery mentality is still alive and strong to this day because greed. There are too many people who believe that we cannot live in a civil planet without greed. And that's just a damn shame, and it's just simply untrue. The thing is that at the end of the day, find your community, do your research. And another thing is that yes, I think to myself, none of us were there. All the information that we have is from people who weren't, well, not all the information that we have. There are certain, it can become a conspiracy theory real quick of, well, how am I supposed to trust this source, right? Even history that shares the truth of people of color, right? But it's all we have. So do your due diligence, I'm happy that in school, when I was in school, they taught us internet safety, even though I fucking hated that class, was bored as shit. But they taught us internet safety, and they taught us, Oh, I said I wasn't going to swear because kids might watch this. Hey, too damn late. And too damn late. Anyway, 3 children. And was it internet safety and how to trust a resource? Go to Google Scholar, which I know, Google and AI, I know. Google Scholar, look at government websites, which at the same time, I'm sure people say, you want to trust the government? Sis, it's what we got. It's what we got. So, yeah, do your research. Find your history and find your people.